Okay, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, kohloyamla, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M, Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to the best of their ability. To Jah Hanan Awaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And wanted to touch on this article. It's in the Los Angeles Times. Good Samaritan stabbed to death while trying to quell altercation between his neighbors. Right? Okay, it says a man trying to rescue a neighbor from a violent assault was stabbed to death early Saturday morning. I think this might be a Northern Kingdomer. Alvaro Martin-Perez, 48, was trying to intervene in a dispute between roommates when he was fatally stabbed, according to the police. All right. Mr. Perez's actions were nothing less than heroic. Nope. Those actions were fucking stupid. It says, tragically, his efforts to protect his neighbor cost him his life. A suspect was arrested after he was detained by other neighbors. I'm sure there is a lot of grieving families in those apartments today. About 1 a.m., officers responded to the reports of a stabbing in the small, upon their arrival, they found several apartment residents holding down the suspect. Isaiah Sequick, 35. Damn, that's a crazy name. The investigation revealed that there had been an argument between Sequick and one of his roommates, which escalated into a physical altercation. Kent said Sequick is suspected of stabbing his roommate multiple times with a knife. During the altercation, Kent said that Martin-Perez attempted to help the victim outside of the apartment and was stabbed repeatedly. Other neighbors were able to disarm the suspect and hold him down until officers arrived. Kent said the injured roommate, who was not identified, was transferred to the hospital where he was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Sequick was being held in Orange County Jail on suspicion of 1 count of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. I have no doubt his bravery saved the life of others in the area. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I've seen that. Now, situations can be different. You know, if it's a close family member, you just never know the situation. Why were they arguing? You know, what was the whole altercation about? Did the person that this guy pulled a knife on do something to him? You know, whatever the case may be. So, because it's not saying that he lived in the house with him. Maybe he did. Or I guess he was a roommate. But anyway, still, it's kind of different, man. You know, you have to know all the information. But what scripture that came to mind was, because, generally, when you know people and they get to that point, or maybe you shouldn't be living with people and you don't know that they're capable of, but if you know that person and they get hot-headed, at that particular age, maybe you didn't know him as long or whatever, but you should be able to know that, okay, this nigga crazy. He's capable of anything. Let me just dial 911 real quick. Let me step away, dial 911. Things are escalating. He has a knife, whatever. And I know this nigga crazy. But in the meanwhile, like I said, this scripture came to mind. Because people do this all the time. And end up getting fucked up, man. Proverbs 26:17, it says, he that passeth by and meddleth with strife belonging not to him is like one that taketh the dog by the ears. So if he was just, jumping off into that and it had nothing to do with him, like I said, all the information is not there, but you kind of want to just chill on certain stuff like that, especially being out in public. If you don't know them people at all, for real, you don't want to be dealing with it. You see some shit going on across the street, some guy manhandling some woman, this, that, and the third. Hey, keep it moving. Keep it moving. You want to call 911, hey, that's all on you. But as far as walking up and trying to physically handle a man that you don't even know that's dealing with this woman, or, it could be 2 women or whoever, you know what I'm saying? You want to be very, very careful about, you got to just use wisdom. I'll just put it that way, And it always takes prayer as well. You got to pray. But, It takes wisdom in a situation like that. So if you go, say for instance, if they are roommates, okay, of course, you're gonna be trying to say something. Hey man, cool out, yo. Y'all chill, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's settle down for a hot sec. Let's catch our breath. Trying, you want to use some wise words, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to a situation like that. If it's a situation where you really just don't have no choice but to kind of intervene, whatever. But this scripture comes to mind. Proverbs 15:1, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. And that's generally what gets people to that point. That shit talking, that back and forth. Instead of saying, sometimes you just have to admit, hey, look, I was wrong. Well, maybe you wasn't wrong. You just take the L. Sometimes you got to just take the low. All right, well, my bad, bro. I don't want no problems. I don't want nothing, start nothing with you. I'm just going to step away. I'll be back, later or whatever. Because sometimes you got to get away from people, especially these days. You got to get out of this situation. Let me go and jump in my car. I'm just going to go for a ride. I'll go chill. Let the shit settle down, you know what I'm saying, for an hour or so, whatever amount of time. And but then it could have been some drinks involved, could have been some drugs involved, could have been. So like I said, again, they're not saying exactly how they got to this point, because generally people don't pick up knives and and go all hard body like that for nothing. Some people, they pretty quick tempered, but generally it's not really that way all the time. But yeah, soft answer. Hey, look, bro, my bad, bro. My bad, I wronged you. Or, if it's some property or something that may have been damaged, or, you may have, broken something of theirs or whatever the case, I'll get you another one, bro. How much was it? Here's the money for it, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to do it, but, I did do it. So, I want to cover the cost. Whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? You got to use use a soft answer. Because you can talk to a person. You can give a person a serious-ass message. It just depends on how you're giving it to them. If you giving it to them like it's a demand, people, especially Jake, man. Jake don't want to hear no demands. They ain't trying to hear you can't tell me nothing, But you can, kind of roll on them, advice-wise and kind of strategically give it to them. And they'll, you can say the same exact thing. You say it strong, they're going to have an attitude. You push it across as a soft answer type of deal, they're more than likely it's going to soothe things. Hey, these scriptures is real. These scriptures are real. This scripture right here, man, goes a long ways. You know how many people, man, would not be in graves or in jails, man, if they knew this one scripture right here? Just being slow. Slow to answer, man, turneth away wrath. But grievous words stir up strife. Stir up anger. Salakia. So this is something that, we have to learn. Because, you just have to, get away sometimes, man. You got to step away from some of this shit, because people are very, very impatient these days. That's why a lot of road rage and stuff like that is going on. There's a lot of domestic violence going on. There's a lot of, people just out and about. You got a bunch of damn Karens running around talking shit, and people don't like to be talked to in no disrespectful way. So that slow answer comes in a long ways, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I just wanted to touch on this real quick. Again, they're not saying exactly. They probably have some more information on it, but I just seen this and thought of that scripture like, hey, sometimes you can't meddle in other people's strife. You got to just step away. Let them go ahead and do that shit. Now, here you go. Your ass is laid out. The other person that you was trying to help is still alive, and they talking about how heroic you was, and your ass is in a casket. Nah, bro. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on that for a hot sec. You know what I'm saying? Bring out a couple scriptures on it. With that, Kwame Solo.